It's where the big stories live. This is Plus TV Africa, and you're watching Tea Time. On this program, we bring you updated on all of the biggest, the hottest, and the latest entertainment stories. I'm Tokunbo Taiwo, together with my co-anchor, Ife Oshinkeye. What's up, Ife?
Sir.
Now, we went to this event yesterday, and I was like, we've got to say something because I thoroughly enjoyed it. So, what's your take? Tell us a little bit about how it went.
It was a lovely premiere. Omonio Boli did a very great job with that.
You didn't tell us what premiere.
Mom's at War, sorry.
Okay.
So she did a very great job for that movie. That movie was awesome.
Yeah.
The turn-up was great, and it was at the Film House Cinemas, and yes, it was, the turn-up was crazy, the movie was crazy, and
okay. If I was to ask you, to put it into a genre, what genre would you say?
Comedy.
Comedy, because it was comedy all the way through. I was just like laughing all the way through.
Yeah.
But don't you worry, we'll be bringing you details regarding how it all went down on one of our subsequent editions.
I think we should even show them excerpts from the event.
What now?
No, not now. Like, we should bring that on.
Of course, definitely. We're bringing everything, the pictures, the videos, and then bringing the whole lowdown.
I can't wait.
And on today's episode, I'm really quite excited because we've got a studio guest on today's show. So you know it's going to be quite a show indeed. Now, let's see. Shall I give you some clues? Well, he's a DJ. But don't go guessing, because you'll never guess who we've got on studio right now. Anyway, on to our main stories for the day. Tonto Dike declares war on Arik, tells Nigerians to avoid the airline. This isn't the first time like Arik has had so many issues. I remember one time people had sent messages via WhatsApp saying, not to follow the airline, not to go with the airline. Arik has always had issues, problems, left, right, and center. But I don't know, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think this is the first time someone of this stature, a celebrity, is coming out to say something regarding Arik Air.
Yeah.
True? False?
Well, yes. I think this is the first time a celebrity is coming out to say this, but a lot of important people have called out Arik in the past, but in the entertainment industry, this is the first time somebody is coming out to call them out.
So before you even delve deep into this, let me just quickly say, or just give a little preamble regarding this story. So she said that she was delayed for an hour, and after she was delayed for an hour, then they now rescheduled her flight. She was supposed to travel at 10:30. The flight was supposed to be at 10:30. She was supposed to travel to Port Harcourt. So which means she had been there like from 9:30. So it was, rescheduled for one hour later, which was supposed to be at 10:30. And then it was now rescheduled to 7.5 hours later at 6 p.m. So, and then she said she was actually going for a deal. And in the course of that deal not coming through, she lost a lot of millions. So let me ask you your reaction.
Well, trust me, it's really annoying when you have a plan, you set out a plan that this is exactly what I want to do today, then your plans get changed by reasons that are beyond your control. That can be very frustrating. So I understand. And I think instead of calling them out, if she actually lost a lot of millions, why is she not suing? Because at least prior to the time when you want to reschedule the flight, you should send an email or let us know that, okay, look, you guys can't travel no more. You guys need to, so you plan yourself. But in this case, she didn't reveal maybe she got a mail or any, obviously she didn't, which is why she's
You mean from Arik Air?
Yeah, definitely, because that's what they usually do. Because I can remember...
What's a mail how is a mail going to help you in the
It would help you in the sense that you would be able to plan for at least before the time.
She was in the airport for her 9:30 flight, which they said was delayed an hour. So she was supposed to travel at 10:30, and then she was waiting there all the way through, getting ready to fly. All of a sudden, they now say it's been cancelled and rescheduled until 6 p.m.
Well,
I felt a massive
really,
delay.
Yeah, I felt really sorry for her. And knowing Tonto Dike, you know that she travels a lot for a lot of deals. It could be movies, but we know she's business oriented. So she's saying she lost millions in the process. I believe that, even though a lot of people came at her and said, oh, she's just one of our publicity
Okay, let's forget about the money though. What about Arik Air? Do you not think it was negligent of them to have delayed the flight until 7.5 hours later? Because normally if you do like a reschedule, it should be like an hour, 2 hours.
Yes, definitely it was, but there are two sides to a story. You don't know what happened. If it was technical issues and they can't fly, if it was bad weather, it could have been anything that that made them reschedule. So we don't know their own side of the
What I'm
story,
saying is
and
that
they haven't released a statement.
7.5 hours is way too long.
Yes, it is way too long. But like I said, I can't conclude and just call out Arik Air without knowing their own side of the story.
What I'm saying is,
like, what it?
Anyway, your view,
you get
because
me,
I'm like, regardless of whatever.
Because you can't just call them out. You can't just be like, oh, Arik this, because we don't know. Because they can release a statement.
If you were traveling and they tell you,
I would be frustrated. I would be mad as well.
And they haven't even come out to give a statement or offer an apology. It's annoying.
Yeah,
and like I said earlier, this has been ongoing from way back. At least by now, someone should have, a spokesperson for their company should have come out to say, all right, we apologize.
Especially now that they are being called out by some, because this would affect their brand, it would affect their reputation.
Yes.
And then it's more like she's getting people to sabotage the airline.
And before you know it, they're going to be losing business.
Yeah. But this is not the first time Arik Air.
The more reason why they should have been quick to nip this in the bud.
I totally agree.
Yes. So I'm not even worried about Tonto Dike's millions.
Well, I'm worried about the millions. I'm all about my paper. If someone should disturb my money like that, trust me.
No, I am saying I'm not worried about it. That's her own money, and I think she can get by, But me looking at it...
Millions, bro. Not thousands.
All right, but like you were saying, you were about to give us some reactions regarding how people are reacting to this story.
Well, some people, obviously, that some people will say positive stuff. Some people will definitely say negative stuff. Some people say, Tonto is here again with her attention seeking. She's lying. She's this, she's that. But she had a proof. She showed the tickets and all of that. Yeah. So I'm still wondering why people are still come Tonto just likes attention. Tonto just like. But I'm like, people would always. You can't satisfy everybody.
Exactly.
And then I think it's because she's been in the news for very wrong reasons recently. So people are still venting out their anger on that.
And do you remember Tonto was actually supposed to have changed her name, King Toto? So I don't understand. It's like people are still reverting back to the old name.
Well, it's going to take a while before we get used to King Tonto.
But have you had instances in your own life where your flight has been rescheduled in any way, shape or form?
Yes.
And how did you find it convenient?
No, it wasn't convenient. It was really frustrating. It was really annoying. So I totally understand how she felt. But at the same time, like I said, there are two sides to a story.
True. So thank you for being very fair. Time for a quick break. When we come back, we'll be telling you who our studio guest is, and we'll be having a conversation with him as well. We won't be long before we're right back.
That money will shoot every person that we know can shoot. We don't let people die there.
You could have killed me for a long period of time.
That time why I carry gonorrhea. I first go hospital first, but it no go. Now I come make that mama.
He just pulled it, he pointed and shot.
What is the soul of a man?
They suffer too much. They suffer too much.
Issues around the Nigerian police, we have to tackle it holistically.
Welcome back. You're watching Tea Time on Plus TV Africa, and we're about to introduce our studio guest. Now, he's a DJ, a tattoo-faced DJ, recently married, and with over 80,000 followers on Instagram. Please welcome DJ Sose. Welcome. Thank you very much for honoring us. Thank you very much for coming on the show. All right. So, let me start by your recent marriage, because I said that very recently. Let me start with that. Now, there was an argument, so I wanted you to correct us, because people were saying that, you cleaned off the tattoos. I don't know, you got rid of the tattoos. How true is that? True or false? For the sole purpose of the wedding?
It's back, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
and then I think you had it for the white wedding, and then it wasn't there for the traditional wedding.
Exactly, that's what they were saying.
Yeah.
Surely it's just makeup. Sorry?
I don't know. It's there.
Come on now, DJ Sose. Tell us.
It's still there, so I mean...
Okay, so if you don't want to talk about the tattoo, or if you cleaned it off, can you tell us what does it represent, the tattoo on your face?
Well, different symbols, different aspects of my life combined together to create this.
All right, so can you give us a little breakdown?
Breakdown, why?
Yeah, just tell us different aspects of your life. Let us into your life.
What? Wow, jeez, chill.
He wants to get down and dirty.
What inspired the tattoo though?
Well, it's a case where, let's put it this way, you only live once, number one. Number two, branding reasons.
Okay.
And then just, trying to be unique and trying to stand out from the rest of the crowd.
How would you say it's helped you be unique, like in your entire career?
Put it this way, you can forget the name, but you can never really forget the face. Because it's like,
It's a stamp.
right there.
And
Bold
it's
move,
different.
very bold move.
Thank you.
And do you have a thing for silver?
Yes, I do.
Okay,
95.
tell us a little bit about that. What was your relationship with silver?
Well, silver is, to me, it's a good metal, and
Okay.
then has positive energy and all that kind of stuff. And then apart from that, gold doesn't really go well with my skin tone. So
Okay,
Smart.
silver it is.
alrighty.
All right, so let's go into the industry now. A lot of DJs right now, what they usually do is feature artists and they promote the song like it's theirs. But I checked
in actual fact, it is their song.
Okay, it's their song, but at least it's the artist singing. It's not like they're playing any instrument or they are doing any backup most of the time.
True.
They just put their name there. But I noticed you don't do that. Is there a reason why you don't follow that trend?
Well, I did that. I did that back in 2013, 2014. I released 4 singles, 4 videos within the space of 1 year, just to try out the market, see how it goes. And personally, it was a heavy investment, so I didn't see the point of actually going ahead with continuing that project. But I might revisit the project later on.
Okay, so what's your take on the female DJs in Nigeria? Are you impressed? Because there are a lot of female DJs standing up now, coming out. Are you impressed that they are coming out, or you feel like, oh, it's a man's world, let the women sit back?
Come on, man. If it was a man's world, then there'll be so many things that we would not be doing.
You wouldn't be here.
Exactly. So it's a good thing, because now at least, apart from just DJs getting the respect that is needed, also the females are getting that respect as well.
So let me ask you, who would you say then are the top 3 DJs, female DJs that are in Nigeria at the moment?
Well, there's to be honest, there's too many of them to start putting them into a category and say these are the top.
Yeah, but in your opinion, like top 3 would be, or who would be at least in the top position?
No, I'm not going to do that.
You don't want to.
I'm not going to do that.
Upset anyone.
No. I'm not going to do that because I don't want any problems. I don't want any beef.
I just wanted to dial back very quickly. You mentioned that, my colleague, if I mentioned that a lot of the time DJs take the song and stuff like that. Can you go into a bit more detail? Because I've always been really confused as to how a DJ can put together a song and then put an artist on it and it's a banger. Like, how does it work?
Well, it's dependent on the DJ. So, like, for example, when I did it, I was full-on, hands-on on the whole project, in the sense that I co-produced. I am the one who picked out the theme, picked out the concept for the video, picked out everything to do with the song. I selected which artist I felt would work best on the song, and then, made sure I made arrangements for the studio time, the video shoot, paid for everything and whatnot, because in essence, that's what the artist does for themselves. So us as the DJ, seen as we own the song, we have to do the same thing. So which is why I said it was a heavy investment. Because right now, if you want to go to any of the top producers or video directors, you're going to cough out a lot of cash. Because obviously stuff is not that cheap. You have to pay for the equipment that's used, which is the cameras, the lights. You have to pay for the location. You have to pay for the models. You have to pay for the clothing you're gonna wear, the clothing the models are gonna wear. You have to feed them for the duration of the video shoot. And then obviously after that, there's still the aspect of paying the video director / editor to do the edit.
Yeah, that's intense.
After that, you've now done all that, then you now have to do the promo, marketing, advertising. Come on, it's not small money.
So, congratulations on your wedding, by the way.
Thank you,
well,
sir.
I've been trying to look for the wedding band. Which one is it? Are you sure that's the finger you wanted to show me?
That's the finger right there.
This one?
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
But that's the wedding finger. That's the wedding finger.
Okay. All right. So how has marriage affected your fan days, especially with the female? Because I'm sure fine boy now, then they chase you before.
They still come.
They still come.
Regardless of the wedding band or not.
So how do you manage that, being in a lifetime commitment, and
also being in
fans?
alignment.
The same way. It's the same way as when I was in the relationship before taking that step. Once you're getting to that boundary, I stop you on your tracks and tell you, please have your respect. And then, I mean, it's a case where with marriage comes blessings. I need to keep my blessings. I don't need someone else to come and destroy the blessings, and then it's now a case where I've lost out on someone.
Yeah. All right, time for another break, but don't worry, we'll be right back. We're talking to DJ Sose right here on Plus TV Africa. Stay here.
I actually moved back to Nigeria to open a bakery. This was my goal, and everything I did up till this point was in preparation for this. First of all, life was great because I moved in 2015 right before the recession, right? It was awesome. I was like, wow, there's so much money out here, man. The cost of overheads, power generation, water, you have to be your own local government. And there are no tax breaks. Many places where they realize the small business environment is difficult would offer some kind of tax breaks and incentives. We don't do that out here. We want you to come back. We want you to start businesses here, but we're not going to do anything to help you. All my experiences in the past have led me ultimately to where I am now.
Welcome back. It's still tea time right here on Plus TV Africa, and we're talking to DJ Sose. Now, we were talking about your wedding prior to going to, well, your marriage, shall I say, not your wedding. So I think now we're going to move on to other things. Do you guys want to ask something else?
Yeah, I really want to know, a lot of people know the success story, but they don't know the journey. How did you start your journey? How did you become a DJ? What made you become a DJ?
Well, growing up, I've always been surrounded by music because my dad loved music. He was a DJ in uni, but he didn't do it for money, he just did it for fun. So you can say the apple didn't fall far from the tree in that aspect. So I grew up listening to different genres of music. From there, at some point, it was a case where, anytime we'd hang out and there's nothing to do, I'd be like, okay, I'd grab some CDs, throw it in, play music, and then everybody would have fun. So it just grew from there. Then when I now left the country, went to Hungary for A-levels, that's when it actually started.
Oh, yeah?
So we're looking at, 1998.
Oh, wow. Are you into house music? Hungary, house,
Well, house music, yes. But then house music is very broad, so I mean, yes.
So which one would you say was your fave?
EDM, big room, and progressive house.
Oh, you like progressive house?
Yeah.
And did you feel like you got a huge crowd for that in Hungary?
It's not only in Hungary. There's a massive crowd for house.
In general, full stop. Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, around the world. I mean, although the main one right now is dance and big room, but then EDM, as it it encompasses everywhere. So I mean, that's where all the big festivals are. I mean, they say, okay, there are big festivals here in Nigeria, but in reality, we have concerts. We don't have festivals. Festivals usually takes days, weeks.
Some are days. Your festival. We have New Yam Festival. What about this one?
He's like this.
DJs. No, it's all right. We're talking about traditional festivals, which are cultural festivals. The festivals I'm talking about are music. Culture? Why don't we uphold the culture? When last did you go for a festival?
Exactly.
Why? Have you ever?
No. Hold on. You want to jump there? You want to jump there? When did you ever go for any of these festivals you mentioned?
At your festival, I was there last year, Lagos Island. I was even one of the boys holding the
Why
festival.
are you lying?
Why are you always lying?
Why are you lying? You were probably watching it on TV or you saw it on your Instagram.
No, but I was there, Lagos Island. Shout out to my Lagos Island boys.
Okay, speaking about culture and everything that you guys have said, festivals, culture, are there any kind of cultures or a festival that you dislike here in Nigeria, or anything that is actually really weighing heavily on your mind, that, you know, when you think about it or when you see it, your heart bleeds. You know, a lot of DJs or celebrities or people in the limelight normally have one thing that they're passionate about, or one cause or another. So is there anything you don't like when you look at Nigeria, or makes your heart bleed, or is there anything that you actually want to, you know, push out there?
I would say we're still far away from the aspect of the structure being in majority of the industries, because there's like no control. It's organized, shall we say, organized chaos, where some people are sitting at the top and then they're making all the headway and everything and controlling how things happen. Once all these issues are eliminated, then structure can now start building itself. But I mean, right now, the entertainment industry, a lot of people have started like setting up different formats of structures which are sort of working, although it will take a long time before one can actually reap the benefits from it. Like, for example, you have COSON, you have the Nollywood, NBC, Nigerian Broadcasting Commission, and then you have other people who are putting in place structures, but then it's still not 100%. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But then if in the aspect of my heart bleeding, not really. I wouldn't say my heart is bleeding in that aspect. It's just a case where I would love if there was a better structure for us to be able to make more money.
Yeah, absolutely.
So would you say Nigerian DJs are being appreciated enough?
Slowly, yes.
Slowly.
Because if you look at it, before us, the new generation, came back to the industry, the main person or the main group that were getting respect was just the main veterans. So you had the likes of Jimmy Jat and then a few other guys. But now, because we've sort of changed the branding and the business, there's more respect.
Okay. A lot of DJs now are also jumping on the bandwagon of different artists. Like, for example, Davido has DJ Eco with him.
No, but artists have had that from the beginning of time.
No, not in Nigeria, no.
Not in
Nigeria. Not in Nigeria, they haven't had their own DJs.
No, in Nigeria, no.
So,
because I'll be honest with you, when I started traveling back and forth back in 2008, 2009, I did try and get like on board with the then record labels. But then all of them were like, why, we don't need DJ now. You see, not whatever DJ is at the venue, we'll play the music.
But I have to say though, MI does have a DJ Lambo, and she plays specifically.
That's recent.
Yeah, this is
what I'm saying. So in the past, it wasn't there.
Yeah, true.
But now, in the last, 4 or 5 years, that's when most of the record labels are now adding on.
So that's the structure that
DJ.
you talk about.
Yeah, that's the structure which is now falling into place. Because ideally, in every record label, every single artist is meant to have their own DJ, not where one DJ is shared across like 5 or 6 or 10 artists. Because then there's no proper synergy.
Yeah.
Would you argue that's because of funds? Like now, entertainment in Nigeria is big. It's big globally. People are recognizing it a lot more, that they can make enough money to be able to put these structures in place. Because arguably, there wasn't enough money being made from being an artist before. That's why. Or you disagree? Oh, why?
No, I disagree. Because it's a case where it's just a figure of factoring that cost into the artist fee.
Okay.
I mean, if the artist can afford to, have multiple entourage, so why can't you have a DJ as part of your entourage?
Yeah.
Would you argue that, being an artist in Nigeria is really, really difficult for some, because, we've had lots of different stories about, breach of contract with record labels. There's not copyright issues. What do you think is like the best ways to improve these things at the moment? Or how is it that people are getting away with this?
Don't get greedy. It's as simple as that. Or don't be sold by the initial package. It's a case where you need to sit down, do your due diligence, and go through whatever it is presented to you. Don't think that, okay, because they say they're going to give you a lump sum right now, and you're like so overwhelmed by that lump sum, you forget to actually calculate what the future holds.
Yeah.
Alrighty, we're running out of time, so let me let you have the last word. What do you want to say to aspiring, DJs out there?
DJs. Dear aspiring DJs, please do it for the passion, not for the money, not for the fame, not for the women or the men. Do it for the passion. Yeah, because they're the female DJs now, so some of them will do it for the men. Don't do that. If you're going to do it for the passion, because there will be particular days when there's no food in the cupboard, there's no food in the fridge, but yet you still have to keep hustling.
All right, so those are your last words. Can I get your final word? If you were not a DJ, what would you be?
If I wasn't a DJ, I'll be honest, there's so many things I'll be doing if I wasn't a DJ. I'd probably be, I'd be in construction, or I'd be a mechanic, or I'd probably be a woodworker.
Okay, you have the choice. You have to make just one choice.
Nah, bro.
What would you be?
Nah,
You'll
bro.
probably be directing your comic book. We didn't talk about your comic book, by the way.
Oh, my comic book. Yeah, that's true. I actually have a comic book as well.
All right, guys, we need to wrap it up. That brings us to the end of the program. Join us this tomorrow for a fresh episode of Tea Time. But before we go, my thank yous, as always, go to my anchors, the production team, and especially our guest on today's show, DJ Sose. Thank you very much indeed. I'm Tokunbo Taiwo saying good day, goodbye, and God bless.